welcome everybody. We're back for another video this weekend. We have a fresh, brand new driveway at the parents' house. So that's awesome. So we're breaking it in right off the rip for this video with a truck wash because this thing has been absolutely filthy. Just went ahead and just rinsed it down real quick. But yeah, welcome back. Hopefully you guys had a good week. This video is going to consist of starting to wash this, and then tomorrow we're going to dive a little bit more into the E46 again, right? We've been doing the turbo kit, we've got the fuel system done, we've got the intercooler, turbo mounted exhaust stuff done. Well, not the full exhaust yet, but we're getting there. But so we've been making good progress, right? And so we need to be able to finish that up. So hopefully we're going to be doing the tuning portion of it, at least part of it in this video. And I'd like to get the first start, right? There's going to be a couple of other little bits and bobs and things in there, but that is kind of the game plan for this episode. So without further ado though, this thing is still gross, so I need to go ahead and wash it. So let's take care of that first. It is much nicer, thank God, because this thing was dirty. Haven't washed it in like 3.5 weeks. It's been a long time, and we've done a couple thousand miles in that time in this thing. So that's it for the forward for the day. Don't know where this next clip's gonna be. Either tonight, tomorrow. I got some stuff I have to go do, but either which way, we started the video off. We are much cleaner, fresh slate, which is awesome. So now let's go move on to wherever the video takes us next. Today, tomorrow, whenever it is, I'll see you then. All right, it is now 10:13 at night, and we're just getting out here. Not gonna do much because obviously it's 10:13. So I'm gonna do a couple little things and then tidy up, get out of here until tomorrow. For starters, we need to finish up our oil change. I've been running 1040 liquid moly stuff for a long time. Get it through FCP. It's warranted, super cool, right? So we have all the quarts we need, filter, drain plug, O-rings. Obviously this has no oil in it, and it's been there for multiple weeks now. I had to leave myself a note so I didn't forget, because otherwise I would have. So, gonna go ahead, fill this thing up, because like I said in the beginning of this video, hopefully we're going to start this thing, so let's do that. All right, well, obviously oil change is now done. We no longer need this. All right, cool. That's good. Throw in the trash box. Don't need that anymore. Excellent. So, with the time being 10:45, there is one thing I want to still get done tonight. If you guys remember, a few videos ago, we were having trouble with getting into third gear, right? We're going up, trying to, you know, on the front straight or runway, whatever you're gonna call it, second gear, trying to grab third, and trans wasn't having it. It was being tricky. Had a buddy of mine recommend to try a set of solid bushings. So going to throw some solid trans mounts in the car. Super simple, super easy. Just show you guys real quick, just so you're aware. So there's two of them, right? So one of them will go on each side of the transmission. How it works is there's a plate down there. Use my knife as an example. This is just going to sandwich the plate, tighten it on the bottom, tighten it on the top of the trans. That easy, right? So I'm going to go ahead and throw these in on the car. Hopefully this makes the shifting better, because that would be nice. Because yeah, definitely going to need to actually finally utilize third gear a little bit more, hopefully with the more power. So gonna be needed, so let's make sure we get these in, and so we can shift in third. Okay, trans mounts are now in the car. We have the Condor solid mounts in there, but that's gonna wrap it up for tonight. So I will see you guys tomorrow because it's late. So see you then. Good morning. It is the next day and we're back in the garage and we're getting started, right? We have essentially two things between trying to start this. Wideband sensor I want to get taken care of, and I have to put pre-oil the turbo. So that is it. Otherwise, we are good to try to start this thing. It's not going to run right because we don't have the exhaust, but we need to get it out onto the trailer, and so that'll be that, right? I'm trying to dig into this AM wideband right off the rip, and it's confusing me. I've never wired anything before, so I'm thinking, right? Power, red, black ground. White would be our signal wire that we need to tap into the factory harness to jump off of the O2 sensor so that way we can get a reading to the ECU. I think that's right. I hope that's right. I'd love to check with somebody. And then I guess my other thing is we're not going from the fuse box. We have to go from the ECU then, I guess. I don't know. This is where I'm new to things, guys. We're trying to figure this out. So this is going to probably take me longer than it should, but we're going through it. Try to figure this out between reading pinouts and trying to see what does what for three wires. One day I'll look back at this and I'll go, this is easy, this is a joke, but for the time being, we're not there. It's a little intimidating. So I'm gonna go ahead, camera down, really try to figure this all out so we can get this to work. It'll get a reading and we'll burn the car down. So time to start wiring. All right, so I think we have a bit of a plan. I think we're going to put this attached into pins on the ECU. So I need to remove the cover here so that way we can do that. That seems to be the consensus I was just told by a couple of people. So now we kind of figure it out and hope for the best. I don't know. I'm just here. All right, spent some time there. We ended up getting everything situated, I think. I mean, I hope it works. Obviously, we have no idea until we're gonna go test this thing up, but we're gonna find out. So we tapped in here the power wire, which is this green and violet wire. It is a pin on the 40 pin connector. It is a on-off power wire, right? Because we can't have constant power. This yellow right here is an O2 sensor, because we're going to tap into that so that way we could data log on our ECU. And then this black wire is our ground. We're not using the extra 4 ports, so now we're going to take the rest of this, tuck it down here where this line goes, run it out into the car, and we're going to have it come up somewhere so we can get our gauges in that bottom panel. So that is our new objective. So I'm going to start ripping that stuff out so I can stuff that wire down there and pull it up through the inside of the firewall. Gets a little tight down there, but we'll make it happen. It's not too bad. And then that'll be almost fully done for the wideband. So, nice. Just went ahead, put everything back together. Have the under tray there. Wires are run. I'm gonna end up getting something as an actual piece to, you know, let this mount and be legit. But for now, it's right there. So let us turn ignition on. Hopefully the gauge works. Nice, perfect. That's the message we should be seeing because there is no sensor. At least that's what I was told. Because obviously we don't have the exhaust fabbed up yet, right? There is quite literally nothing here. But hey, that means that now the sensor's in, and since that's the message we got, theoretically it should be hooked up right. So that means I tapped into the power successfully, got a good ground, and hopefully it'll read the ECU and it'll log nicely. So, oh, that took way too long. Wiring scares me, but that wasn't bad. We figured it out. It's just knowing 100% what wires you need to cut and splice into. So, take it for what you will. Next step, I think we're gonna upload the tune to the car. I think that's what we're gonna do. So time to go ahead and fire up the laptop. One thing that's gonna be super important is this little syringe, right? We need to put 2 to 3 ounces into our turbo of oil just to pre-oil it so that way when we start up the car at first, the turbo has oil going so it won't cause excess wear that's not needed, right? So I'm gonna go ahead, fill this. All you're literally gonna do is get oil in the syringe, put it into the oil feed on the top of the turbo, push the fluid right through. That's simple. Well, we just wasted a lot of time. I had to come back through here and redo the wiring because my tuner said that he wanted to use the post-cat O2s instead of the pre-cat, which is where I wired it the first time. So I had to go redo it. I had to move all of the splicing in from pre-O2 pins to post-O2 pins. So had to do all that switching around. Either way, the gauge still turns on, it works, so check with your tuner, see I guess where he would like you to wire in your wideband. For me, it was the white wire to pin 16 and the brown wire to pin 22. So, whatever. With that said, let's get that laptop. So we're plugged in to the OBD, car is in accessory mode, and we have the tuner up, right? RevMatch has a full online video showing everything. It's his product, so I don't want to totally steal all the thunder there, but it's super easy. You're going to pull up the flasher, he's going to send you a tune, write full, upload it, right? Now we're just waiting for that little bar down there to fill up, and then we're going to have our new base map onto the ECU. So, like I said, then we'll get to start it. It's got no O2s in it, so it's not going to run right, but that's okay. We just need to get it onto the trailer, because then we have to go bring it to Ethan in order to get the exhaust built, which will be next week's video. And then obviously we'll get the O2s in, the wideband, and then the ECU will get its proper readings so that it runs right. So I'm gonna let this tune update here, or upload. I'm gonna throw the wheels on actually, you know, while this is doing that, so we can get this thing onto the ground. We're going to go ahead and finally try to start this. Ant showed up, welcome back. And I just went ahead too and fixed the rear window because it wasn't working, but that's easy enough. So yeah, gonna try to crank it over. Hopefully it'll start. It's not gonna run right because there's no O2s hooked up, there's no wideband hooked up, but we just kind of want to make sure it starts, like I said, and then we'll put it on the trailer later today.
Okay. Yeah, it's dead.
Hang on. Yeah, hang on. That sparks too.
Told you it wasn't gonna start. Nobody wants to listen to me.
Good. Nothing out there? Oh, I didn't even shut it, but that's fine too.
Want me to start it back up?
Well, give it a second. Let me look around.
Everything was good underneath.
Injectors were good. I told you it was gonna start, damn it!
That ran pretty smooth too.
That's dry.
Let's start again for
Yeah, hey, give me 1 second.
Arnold. Maybe not. Let's try this again. Nope.
Yeah.
Nothing. No, it did not. It was just running though.
It was just running. Well, I hope at the end there we caught that tail end of that last clip, or the beginning of it, that it was running before we shut it off. Because after we shut it off, we've not been able to get it started again. The starter just clicks, it's not turning over. We haven't changed, I don't know, we didn't change anything with the starting wire. So, little, not great there. But I mean, I think, like I said, I think I turned the clip on just too late. I wasn't ready for my dad to start the car, whatever. But like, it started right up. It was super quick and easy, it was great. And for no exhaust, it ran pretty smooth considering it's missing sensors. Yeah. Not super sure where to go from here. Text the tuner to see his opinions and everything, but I have to go to dinner plans. So, unfortunately, I didn't get a whole lot done that I was really hoping to. That wideband gauge took me long enough, which, I mean, hey, learning the wiring side of things takes time. We did it one way or the other, right? We got oils turbo primed there, did some trans mounts, added the oil there, cleaned up a couple other tiny little things, changed window regulators. So like, did a good amount of stuff for not being here working for all that long. Not too upset with that, but I definitely wish we had it fully starting every time, because this thing's supposed to go on the trailer on Friday to go to Ethan's so we can go to the shop. But if it doesn't run, I'm not going to be able to put this thing on the trailer myself. So that's cool. So To be determined. That should be exciting whenever we get here next weekend then. But one way or the other, that's it for this. I do want to show you guys something. If you made it this far in the video, I picked these up this week. Set of some SSR Type C's. What do you think they should go on? Drift car, black car, red, white car? I'm not too sure yet. Need to figure it out myself, but either which way, thank you guys for tuning in to this week's video of our update as we're running through this Turbo E46 start to finish. This has been now, I think, part 4, so we are making quick progress in the reality of things, so can't be too mad, but definitely a little frustrated. Had high hopes of it being good and running, which it did, but it's just not what we were hoping, so be it. It is what it is. Hope you guys have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you guys next weekend for hopefully a real successful video. See you then.